Good morning, everybody, and welcome to my Ascension Messages. My name is Bobby Richardson, and I'll be your guide for today. So today I'm going to be doing some channeling messages, and we're going to be focusing on the Ascension process, the new energies that are coming through, guiding you on an easier path through all of this and having more understanding of what's really going on in the world. So that's what I'm focusing on. It's what I always focus on. We did get some messages this week, and I wrote a few down, and I also posted some to Facebook. So I'll be reading a couple off my Facebook page, and if anyone wants to know, I have an ordinary Facebook page, Bobby Richardson, where pretty much everything is posted on that. And then I have Bobby the Messenger on Facebook, which is all to do with everything that's on this YouTube anyway, plus extra quotes and stuff like that I get on and during the week. So let's get into this channeling, right? Okay, the first message that I got is, and this is all written on my phone, just to let you guys know. We can only ever be guidance for another. In the end, it's going to have to be each and every one of us that does the work, because we are our own light, carving a unique path. Being born as a conscious human gives you that right. So just being born as a human meant that your soul was ready to ground consciousness. And in that, there is a process of understanding or initiation into understanding that we as humanoids can carve and create a new path. So if you go to a benevolent being, they've already understood that, and they are working with that. They are understanding completely of like fully embracing all consciousness of their soul, of source energy, of the light within them, as well as grounding it in their planet or in their dimension, in whatever aspect their program allows them to. Or they can use it to shift their program as necessary, in a way that's conducive to everyone outside of them as well as themselves, because they recognize everyone outside of them as themselves. So humans, they're telling me like an initiation place just at the moment. If you were born now, it's like we are learning to bring in more of our soul. And so we were born in a very stuck manner where we gave all of our energy and understanding of everything to another, to outside of us, seeing outside of us as more important than how we feel about us, believing in outside of us and what they say more than how you believe in yourself and who you are. So then it denied you of if your soul was born from another planet, or your soul was born, in a light and a lineage that was magnificent. You belittled that because you trusted someone outside of you to tell you that's not possible, or that's, why were you even going with this? That sort of thing. So we're now at the stage of breaking through that egg and breaking through our understanding of consciousness itself, so that we can align ourselves with our soul and then go, okay, now I am the carver, I'm the creator of my next path. So then you start to realize that you're never going to be able to do the work for anyone else. You can't do any work for anyone else. The only work you can do is the work from within yourself, and then you can share it. You can be a guiding light, but they might not want to take it. That's up to them. They might want to feel like they aren't quite ready to have a fuller understanding of who they are. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that either, because every single consciousness is needed, whether it be someone that's going deeper into their their limited space, or they're just projecting everything outside of them. And if they do go deeper into that, then they kind of moving source energy into a more denser vibration, and then slowly they'll have to align themselves to love, and that denser vibration ends up becoming even more playground for source energy to play in. So it's like everyone has their purpose, and so in the eyes of source energy, every consciousness has its purpose. So to really come back to this whole statement, which says we can only ever be guidance for another, in the end it's going to be each and every one of us that does the work. We have to embrace the fact that we are so lucky to have this opportunity to come into a humanoid form and come from lack of awareness of self into full awareness of self during these times. So how beautiful is that humanity can actually have that chance to be able to learn that they are the creators of their own reality, and the magic that'll come with that, because through limitation, our imagination wants to burst forward even more. It's because it's kind of sitting there on the sideline, being programmed and told what to do. And while we're being programmed and told what to do, it would ooze out, and all of a sudden we're like thinking, but we could do this and we could do that, especially when you're younger. And then now we can go, once we realize we're the actual creators, okay, where can I take my imagination? What can I ground? What do I want to ground? Remember, this is all conducive to everyone outside of you, because it should be all for the benefit of everybody, because they are only your reflection anyway. They're showing me like walking down or sitting in a theatre or walking down a road and then seeing everybody in the theatre or in the streets as you as well, and their face is you. That is because source energy is just one, and we recognize it from that point of view. We see that everybody else is just our mirror reflection of ourselves. So every time someone's getting irky with you, that's why they always say, come back to yourself. Okay, what are you lacking within yourself that allowed them to come in and irk you? What are you saying to yourself that you deserve to be lacked, or deserve to be belittled, sorry, or whatever it is that's happening. It could be through self-punishment. It could be just sending out a vibration of, I wonder if someone's going to annoy me. Universe will just see that as you're searching for someone to annoy you, that sort of thing. So yeah, it's really interesting when we start to come back to ourselves fully and embrace our consciousness and have a full understanding of just how far we can take this. It's quite beautiful. Hey, Liz. Hey, Linda. Hey, Yannicka. Hey, Diane. Hey, Malcolm. Hey, Nicole. Good to see you guys. Good to see everybody on the chat bar. And Arnie at the very time. What is that time? That's Eastern. Yeah, so I am coming from Australia in Queensland, and it is 7 a.m. in the morning for me on a Tuesday. I had to think that for a sec. Yeah. Okay, and I always do, I try to make it 7 a.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays live. Okay, and the next message that we got, I'm going to, here we go. When you get to a point where you no longer react on things for more than a moment, then with that control over your mind, you can move through all of your fears with ease. And it's really interesting, like I'm sure people out there have done the shadow work, have tripped up over where something they were lacking, they've come across that, and then they've gone back and they've cleared it. I mean, gone back in their imagination to that time where it all started, and they've cleared it. And then all of a sudden that same thing happens to them again, and they're like, I don't have any reaction anymore. Then you know fully that you have cleared that part of your mind, and it gives you the space that you have because you're controlling your mind and you're knowing how to do the shadow work, then all of a sudden, when you have that space of understanding how to do all of this within your own mind and take control back, you don't have the fears that you had, that your soul was trying to align you with, and you were told when you were young, you should never go there because you'll get put down, or you won't fit in, or you'll look like an idiot. Those sort of fears, all of a sudden they start breaking free, because you're like, well, I can go down that path now. I know how to control my mind. If someone comes to me and starts to give me that sort of message back to me again, and I just bring it back to clearing it, using it to clear myself, or I don't have any reaction whatsoever. So yeah, if you do have a reaction, you still need to go back and clear it, or there's something there to clear. And if you don't have a reaction, then it doesn't matter. So in other words, you can take this step forward into all the fears that you had, that you were programmed to have. And then that gives clarity of alignment with your soul. So your soul is just coming from love, and it has a fuller understanding of your potential and where you can go. And it's only due to the logical mind is supposed to have a specific program that holds us in this separated world so that we can have these separated experiences, but it's not meant to go any further than that. If you go further than that, then you are limiting. And that's why, because we've only been driven through this world through logic, we have ended up with having all of these laws and rules and restrictions pulled over us, because the logical brain is trying to capture every single thing that can go wrong and then place a law in front of it so that we never go there. And it doesn't give any expansion for the soul whatsoever. It keeps us completely contained and limited in a space that's not conducive to the soul whatsoever, because the soul wants to expand. It wants to create. It wants to carve new paths. It wants to use its imagination to try something different. And it's all through love. And that's why when we say to our logical mind, enough's enough, I'm not listening to that story anymore, I'm turning off the outside world and all of this negative Nelly stories and all of that. Same would be in reflection of you doing that. And then you come back to, okay, what do I truly, truly desire from my own self, from my own feelings, from my own point of view? What do I really want in this world? And these questions, just posing that question, means that the universe is seeing or feeling that new vibration from you going, what do I want? What do I love? Which then aligns you more with more connection to your soul. And then your soul can then share with you all of these missional statements and things that you had before you were born that you decided to align with, to bring ground into this reality. All of these adventures that you wanted to have. So it's pretty cool. Hey, Dave, good to see you. Canada, Monday, 5 p.m. So, yeah, you're still on Monday, Diane. Thanks, Nicole. She said, beautiful truth. Okay. I'm just going to go onto my Facebook now, because there's this really cool message that I wrote up on Facebook that I want to share as well with you guys. Excuse my voice. I think I need more tea. Also, if anyone wants a one-on-one reading with me, I'm open for readings, and the link's down below. It's codestoanewreality.com, and you just click on the intuitive counseling readings and book me. And then we can have like a Zoom one-on-one reading, and I will help you specifically guide you through with channel messages, what's happening for you at the moment, where you're going. You could be whatever, even past stuff, and bringing in your soul alignment and stuff like that. Anyway, I have hundreds of, I've had over 400 readings and a whole heap of reviews. And if you want to go look at the reviews, they're on my website as well. Anyway, enough of my advertising. Oh, also, while I'm doing the housekeeping in the middle of channeling, good on me, while I'm here, before I read this Facebook message, I have got 2 new videos coming out. So the first video is something a little different for me, and that video is really cool. It's actually going to be a collective of ideas that's come through channeling that I've put together of how we can practically change this reality, how humans can make changes to completely change this reality. Some of them would need somebody, you know, who's already present in a higher, what would you call that? Someone who's doing a job to do with, anyway, governments and stuff like that. So I don't know. We'll have to have a look. You'll have to have a look at it to be able to make the change that's going to happen. But anyway, and some of them are just purely from your own self point of view. Have a look at this video is what I'm trying to say, because I'd love to have you guys add your opinion, add what you think would help humanity free themselves. And we might have this whole huge collective of ideas coming together in the comments section of this video. And then I can produce another video that brings in your ideas as well as mine. And we'll see where this collective is taking us and what we could actually create. So I'm really excited about this video. I hope that they don't take it down. I hope that it all works out. But yeah, I'm feeling very protected at the moment with what I'm doing, and it feels a right time to bring this all forth. So that video is coming up. I'm going to publish that tonight or this afternoon. And then I have another video that's called Color Codes, and that's coming from a soul's perspective, what colors mean. You might have a favorite color, you might have dreamt of a favorite color, you might have dreamt of a color, or you might just every day change your mind as to what color you want to wear or that sort of thing. You can use these color codes that I'm putting in this video to what your aspirations or your aspire to be. There could be an overall aspiration or something to aspire to be from your favorite color, and then day to day it might just be just for the moment sort of thing. Any case, have a look at that video as well. That's got some color codes in it that you can discuss about yourself and see if it fits into what you feel. But that's all, the codes are coming from a soul's perspective, an alignment with energy that vibrates certain energy for a color to be manifested. Just like the different separations of colors that come out of white from a rainbow that's forming. All of those have certain vibrations that come together, and it's like the first split ends up just seeing the rainbow appear as those colors. We also have those colors in alignment with our chakras through our whole system, and so there are certain ones that we can gravitate towards that are specifically in line with our missions or purpose or just how we want to feel during the day or move towards during the day. And when you align with that, it can help you attune to what you're really feeling. Anyway, there's that as well. So there's 2 videos coming out I'm pretty excited about. Okay, let's carry on. So I'm going to pull out this Facebook message now and read it out if my voice allows me to. It's a bit croaky in the mornings. Okay, here we go. If you feel you need to save others because there is too much negativity in this world, then you are aligning yourself to save them, which fuels you with thoughts that more and more need saving. So yeah, if you're thinking that you need to save everybody outside of you, you're actually saying to the universe, show me more people need saving. Also, it opens up opportunities for others to never look at themselves because they're aligning with people who feel they need to save another. So what happens is that because you're in your reality, you're searching for someone to be healed, then someone will come and fit that conscious, that state of mind that you have, that they'll fill that void. And so then you are magnetizing each other together. I can't look at myself. I need healing. I need to heal someone. And really, some people who need to heal someone don't look at themselves either. Some people need to heal someone. But when you really get to that, when you leave all that, you get to a point where you realize, only person that I need to heal is myself. And that shifts everyone because it opens up different avenues. Anyway, I'll keep on reading this. However, the inner work we do creates an alignment for others to see your happiness and curiosity. And their curiosity could make them ask, how did you do that? Then you could reply, I stopped looking for others to tell me my worth and found it within myself by clearing as many unwanted thoughts whenever they came up as quickly as I could to refocus on what I wish to align with. So that's a statement of I suppose that was channeled through just to help other people realize that the healing process is not an outer journey, it's an inner journey. It's a realization when we all start to come to that point that each and every one of us has to take responsibility for ourselves. You could say, for instance, someone gets out of whack. You could remind them and say how beautiful they are and that their soul is from love and all of that sort of thing. But it can only be a guidance. This person needs to want to heal themselves. They need to want to expand. And if they don't, so be it. That is where they want to be. And that's what their soul alignment is probably just come here to do, experience. And who are you to say from source energy's point of view that this person is doing wrong by not healing? They might not want to heal. But at least in saying that last Facebook message, at least in saying that, you as a person who's used to healing people outside of you, and now filling your space with people that have already healed. And so then you are collectively coming together with your soul tribe instead of other people that need healing. And the soul tribe is people who have done the work and at the same frequency as you. So you're collectively now grounding a better alignment of humanity's consciousness on Earth. So it's a clearer alignment that we can create or things from our own point of view out. So we become mini godlike and allow everyone to do what they need to do, but then recognize everyone as our own reflection. I hope that made sense. Anyway, hi Sky, good to see you again, all my loyal fans. CYANIANS is coming through for us and the energies that's holding us at the moment. Also, I'm going to be doing another interview with Robert Carl next month, at the end of next month. Just thought I'd throw that in there. Let's see if there's anything else coming up. It just reminded me there's a couple of little statements that were also on my Facebook that I brought up. Another thing that I did bring up, and I have brought this up before, but I'll bring it up now as to how I learned about all of this. And so this is what my guides told me 25 years ago. And I'm reading this off my Facebook, by the way, because I thought I'd share it with Facebook. When I was thinking very negatively 25 years ago, they told me, just think something more positive. It's up to you to change your mind. Nobody else knows what you're thinking anyways. So why not try to think happier thoughts? Then the same voice in my head told me to dig in the sand after we randomly parked our car along a mile-long beach in New Zealand. And I dug 3 inches into the sand and I dug up a solid gold bracelet. So I started to listen to this voice more and more and more. And this is one of the reasons why I channel now, because I realized they've been giving me these channel messages pretty much throughout my whole life. Any case, that, yeah, so it really is you and how you start to nurture your mind. Use it, treat it like a garden. You're not going to be able to get rid of all the negative. The weeds will come up in a garden anyway. Not that weeds are bad, but anyway, things that we don't really want around in our mind will come up anyway. But it's how we navigate through them and how we attend to them and what we're nurturing. If we're nurturing the things we want to grow more, and that sort of thing, it starts to shift your reality out of everything coming at you to, wow, what am I going to create next? That sort of thing. So yeah. That might help somebody out there. Also, a small message: once we remember we are the ones creating our reality, we will finally lose the fear. And I think that's what I brought up before. And then one more, not respecting other life on Earth is a direct reflection of not acknowledging our own self-respect. So that's why, I tend to stay away from people that are hunters and just do it for a trophy, because they're not respecting part of themselves to be able to do that, or they're trying to find validation in hurting another to make themselves feel important. And usually it's because of their upbringing and all that sort of stuff, but that's their lesson to go on. Humanity is actually supposed to be, if we're in alignment with ourselves, the love of our soul and ourselves, consciously, we're supposed to be the guardians of all other animals, and on life on Earth. And it's not to say we also embrace the natural order of things, the natural programming that each animal has, and we embrace, life and death as it happens. We don't interfere. We're just we're supposed to be not interfering in a way that annihilates them either. Not interfere in a way that we stop them from being themselves either. When humanity embraces themselves fully as a whole being, we will recognize every other animal and the natural program that it is moving through as genuine for source energy to have an experience, so that our soul can leave and then have an experience in different animals as well. When we are aligned with all of that, we will be able to feel into other animals. We'll be able to feel a sense of their programming, because we are more conscious than them, and that gives you kind of like, they're showing me a chessboard that has a glass layer above it and above it and above it, like a multi kind of like chessboard out of the Big Bang with I've forgotten his name. And they used to play this chessboard that went all the way up as in layers. And then they're showing me our consciousness is, when it's fully in line and whole, it'll give us the ability to look through the bottom of our layer and then see other consciousnesses in their unconscious state and their program. And so we then be able to, that in itself just gives us the ability to be able to feel into animals and talk to and feel into different species that are on this planet, then we have a better and a fuller understanding, and we're not using science or, you know, to cut open anything and that sort of thing. We don't need to do any of that. We have a full understanding of the vibrational meat of that animal, what it needs, where it needs to go, and what the program is that it has, that soul has brought itself into. And then you can dip and dive from this perspective of being a higher conscious living being into different animals. They're bringing me to when I was working with this elder, and a Cherokee elder called Parisha, and she could bring a consciousness into an eagle or birds or different animals. And she would use that as an observational point to then see people that were far, far away from her. So she was doing a meditation. They went out, way out in the into Central Australia. She flew from USA, and then there was a group of them. I wasn't there at the time. This is the story that I heard from this group that I ended up working with for a while. And she was sitting meditating, and the rest of the group said that they were going to go for a walk. So they all went for a walk. She's meditating in a room, and they got to a certain point, and one of them said, "There's an eagle up there. Maybe it's, you know, grandmother looking at us, keeping an eye on us." And everyone said, "Wave to the eagle." So they all started waving to the eagle. And then they walked back, and they went back into the room. They entered the room, and the first thing Parisha did, or the grandmother said, was, "Did you see me wave back to you?" And they're all like, whoa, okay. And these sort of magical things would happen all the time around her. It was absolutely incredible to be able to work with an elder like that had so much wisdom being brought up by her elder. And so humanity, in their full sense of understanding, when we are conscious, we have the ability to be able to see through the bottom of the glass into other people, into other animals' souls and stuff. They'll feel into their soul. Then we'll know when they need feeding, when they need freedom, when they need walking, when they need, we'll know all of this stuff automatically. We won't need to have all these rules and regulations because we're living from a conscious state. So the rules can be all broken away because that consciousness brings us up into a level where we're working well with Earth. So this is where we're going, guys. We're going into these beautiful spaces. I love it. Yeah. Thanks, Linda. So Linda says, "I've had a reading. It was beautiful and informing experience, and I'm in Kansas." Thank you, Linda. Thanks, Bobby is amazing. Thank you for that little snippet. Anyways, yeah. See what else is coming through for us and guiding us at the moment, if there's anything else. I actually have my dog outside. She's wanting some attention, so she's whining a little bit. I'm going to go get her because I feel for her at the moment. I think she just needs a bit of attention. See if this works right. See if I can still channel while I'm holding it. Hang on. Hey. You have to chill, or else it's not going to work. If she doesn't chill, I'll have to stop. Say hello to everybody. Say hello. This is Penny. So Penny is 1 year old now. We got her as a little puppy. Let's see what happens with this. But she just wants a hug, I think. Or play. Anyway, what else can we channel through for everyone? Or can I channel through with Penny? That'll be interesting. Long time no see, yeah. She has got all grown up. Oh my gosh, she has. Look how big she's got. She used to be this little bundle the size of her head, and now she's huge. So yeah, she just needs some attention at the moment, whining away out there. Okay, let's see. Might have to put it down. Might not work. Let's see what else is coming through. If anyone has any questions as well, please put them in the chat bar, because that can also spark me as well. That's okay. So there's certain souls that are in specific positions now to awaken, and they could be in anything from a law, the police, or higher end kind of governmental stuff. And there are certain people that over the last couple of years have been waking up. And it's really interesting to note that there's been these alignments that have happened with light workers, where light workers are collectively coming together, and then they don't know it, or they do know it, but they are not together physically, but collectively coming together in light, and then putting out vibrations to these specific people who are in specific places, job-wise, to wake up at these times, because then they might pull back for a while, because the waking up process can be quite difficult with the shadow work and stuff like that. But then when they come into alignment of themselves, they'll start again from a whole different perspective, but also knowing how the system works, and so they can infiltrate the system in a way that's going to change things up. So that's quite an important little message there that's going on behind closed doors, because we don't have a lot of information of what's really going on energetically, and that's pretty much what I'm here to help as well with my guides, to give you the heads up. These things are happening. They might even leave their job for a while and then come back, or they might leave their job and reinvent themselves, but they have all this wisdom on how the system works, and so it changes up a lot where they can fix things. And their whole mission was specifically to lose themselves until this certain vibration. I'll put my thing down so you can see Penny a little bit more. She's quite calm at the moment anyway. What else have we got, Penny, that's happening at the moment with humanity and our ascension? Let's see. Hey, Flower. The upcoming eclipses. Yes, so there's in between eclipses, which is literally vibrating us into shifting even more so into our empowerment. Many of us are waiting on the sidelines specifically for what we call the golden thread to be threaded through humanity's consciousness, and that's in my color codes. That's a message that I got through with the color code video, so go have a look at that. And that's not really working. And what else have we got? Yeah, the eclipses are all happening to bring out our shadow self even more, because we need to find that they keep on showing me that point of an eclipse where it sparks, because the shadow has moved on, and there's a spark of consciousness that's coming out. And now they're bringing me to that video that I was supposed to make. Well, I wasn't supposed to. It's aligned for the right time, that will be coming out eventually, to do with the spark of life. So we're literally they're telling me that the eclipses are actually helping us bring through more of our soul, that spark of ourselves. But to do that, for it to shine, it will be shining a light on aspects of ourselves that aren't in line with our what is it, with our magnificence. So when that spark happens, it can be quite, oh my God. And I thought I did all this. I thought I did all that work. I thought why is this still happening? Where am I actually going? That sort of thing can happen. But it's empowering us a lot more than what we ever dreamt of, actually. Where we're going is something so beautiful in the end, because our imagination is vast in human consciousness. It's huge. Okay, what else have we got here? Thank you, Bobby. Very happy. In tune with your messages. Good. Sky, a friend of mine felt strange things in her room, and also 2 timers stopped working the next day. 2 timers stopped the work. I don't understand that bit, but do you know what was in her room? Interesting that you brought that up. I got a message about ghosts recently. So because we live in fear of the unknown, we have been in fear of souls that are, what do they call it? Disembodied souls. So that aren't, they're not in body form or anything. And we've been confusing many that are from higher dimensions and lower dimensions, souls of ancestral souls. We've been confusing all of them and putting them in one box and calling them ghosts. As we start to become more aware of ourselves, we will also start to become more telepathic with and channeling and understanding wisdom from different energies, source energies, and benevolence and all that sort of stuff. And there are those that are on this planet now that are going to literally be able to communicate with what's called ghosts or ancestral people that have passed over. Your grandma, your great-grandmother, that sort of thing. They have this ability to come together and be able to definitely give proof that they exist and that they are here and guiding us and helping us and all that. It's bridging a gap between worlds. And I would say, Sky, a friend of mine felt strange things in her room. I have a feeling with her that that's more of a wake-up call, that she's been woken up for her to expand her awareness into these other realities. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling with her at the moment. But in any case, there are people out there that are going to start to come together as groups even, and be able to communicate in different ways to others that have passed over, and bring absolute definite, oh my God, this is for real, because this is the expansion of humanity's consciousness, aligning with the fact that our reality isn't just in physical. Our reality is also in spiritual. It's also in, connection to the soul. And you cannot logify this. This is something that exists. It always has existed. We've just been in denial of it because of our fear of the unknown. And so there's this whole other expansion happening with that as well. Yeah. That's all right, Sky. Yeah, without getting tapping into her too much, she's definitely been awoken to something within herself, and it's all divine timing and it's all perfectly right. Even they're saying you being in her life is it's all specific for her and her alignment of her journey. So yeah, sometimes the weirdest things can happen around us that help us awaken. I know I've had many things keeping me in line with you're not just in the physical, you're not just this body, you're more than that. I'm starting to get a bit hot. Penny wants to fall asleep on me, but I'm getting hot doing this. Any case, I might have to go put her in a bed in a minute and say goodbye. But yeah, see what else. Is there anything else? Is there anything else, Penny? What do you reckon? Hey, little girl. I'll put you on the table a bit and give me a bit of space. Yeah, there are specific younger generational people coming up. It's going to be more and more and more. So more of us are being born that come from pretty cool places, because we need to. That has to happen so that when these benevolent beings actually come and ground themselves on this planet, like literally visit us physically, and if some of them are etherical beings, remember, they all need a certain vibrational meet, and this vibrational meet first of all comes through souls being born as human from other planets that are aligning us with different ways of communicating with spirit, with past generations, with benevolence, and all of that sort of stuff. And so, yeah, their alignment is important. Okay, guys, I think I'll leave it there. I'm a little bit distracted with Penny, but it was fun bringing her on, and I think that was fun for you guys as well to say hello to her. Definitely next week I'll do pick a channel message. So we will pick 3 more of my artworks and 3 crystals, and then I'll just channel through what they bring through for the group. So it's usually 3 groups in that pick a card, pick a channel message. And don't forget, there's a really cool video coming out that I'm publishing tonight, and another one will be coming out probably Friday. The color codes one will probably be Friday, because I've just finished the let's put new things on the table so that we can ground some things, practical things that we can actually expand our reality, practical ways humanity can step out of the matrix and that sort of thing. Yeah. Anyways, guys, love you heaps. Until next time, bye.